Shannon Toalson. I'm a sophomore here at Creighton. And my experiences with mental health may be very similar to most of yours. I have never personally been diagnosed with a mental illness. However, that does not mean that I haven't struggled with my own personal mental health. Most of my life, I've been known among family and close friends as a very emotional and sensitive girl. Neither of those are bad things at all. However, these characteristics became a bit unstable and actually began disrupting my life. Mood swings out of nowhere and inexplicable sadness would strike often and throw off my entire day. It started to become a problem for my family and friends when I would come home from school and I would just be in tears for no apparent reason. Couldn't explain why I felt so sad. Nothing really in my life was too terrible or hard to deal with. I just had to cry. And that was when my mom suggested I go see a therapist. My immediate reaction was, wow, Mom, you really think I'm crazy? There's nothing wrong with me. I don't need any help. What would my classmates say if they found out I was seeing a therapist? I was a part of the stigma surrounding mental health and its treatments. At my vulnerable age, my mind was suffering from a combination of sleep deprivation, insecurities, hormones, yet I felt that the emotional roller coaster that was tearing up my world was something I just had to deal with. I turned down the proposal to see a therapist and resorted to dealing with it. A few years later, my interest in psychology and a deeper motivation to understand my own feelings and emotions and how I could cope with those better brought me back to the idea of counseling on my own terms. I proposed to my parents going to see a therapist to kind of work through some of my emotional obstacles, but also to find out more about the field. And they were all right with that arrangement, but when we looked into it, our insurance wouldn't cover the non-prescribed consultations, so it was no longer an option for me. That was when I realized that the problem is not only with the stigma, but it's also with the limited access to help that is widely needed, but not widely recognized. The good news is that here at Creighton, we are provided with free access to all counseling. And this is something that you may not encounter after graduating. The only thing stopping you, or any of us, from taking advantage of this free counseling is ourselves and the stigma. The counselors we have access to here at Creighton are here for all of us. Anyone who has moved a long way from home, anyone who is in a long-distance relationship, anyone who is struggling to adjust to dorm life, or anyone who is taking a college-level course from Creighton University. I think that's all of us here. We are all experiencing new stresses and challenges in our lives, and maybe don't have the support that we are used to or need. Counseling may be the best way to work out the cause of your stress and find healthy solutions. However, the stigma in our society surrounding counseling is an obstacle for many. Some see therapeutic counseling as a sign of weakness, and others think that it's only for crazy people. What most people fail to see is that exercising our minds by discussing our thoughts and feelings, normal or abnormal, is as much a part of our personal health as regularly exercising and keeping a balanced diet. Counseling does not mean that you are weak, but it can make you stronger. It doesn't mean that you're crazy, but it can help you manage your emotions and stress levels. There are ways for all of us to benefit from counseling. What I'm still dealing with may not seem like a serious condition at all, and I would not suggest that it is, but it still causes issues for me in my day-to-day life, and there's absolutely no shame in seeking help for that or for any other issues, big or small. Part of the Jesuit mission is caring for the mind, the body, and the spirit. Don't be afraid to care for your mind and the minds of your friends and family by just being open to the topic of mental health and reducing the stigma. Also, keep in mind that there are many other individuals who can support you and listen to you in times of need. Roommates, friends, professors, advisors, and Jesuits are all here to lend an ear. But don't take for granted the certified counselors that are here for you in any way that you may need them. Don't force yourself to struggle alone, and don't be a bystander to a friend in need when it's so easy to simply talk about.